Hi everyone, it's Dr. Ozzy. Today I have a very special guest, my nurse Lacey, who's joining me on the YouTube channel today. So we're so excited to have you.
I'm so excited to be here. Hey everyone.
If you guys listen to our podcast, we do a podcast together, which has been super fun. So I thought, it just seems natural for you to come on the channel and help me doing some TikTok beauty trend reviews,
Yes.
which we love doing in the office.
Love it. So excited.
So before we get started, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you know when I post a new video. And comment, let me know what you guys want to hear about. All right, so let's get started.
Yes.
What's up first? What are we looking at?
I'm really nervous. It's permanent concealer.
What do you mean? Oh, yes.
Yeah, like I'm assuming it's tattoo.
Well, they say permanent, and so in order for something to be permanent, it's sort of like a cosmetic tattoo, right? Otherwise, if anything is put on the surface of the skin and not deeper into the dermis, it's technically not permanent. So let's check out the video now.
Ooh.
So this looks like a microneedling pen is what we're
I do
seeing.
not feel comfortable with this at all.
So, anytime you tattoo the skin, you're sort of breaking the skin open and you're causing some scarring to different degrees,
And I have a thing with eyes, so this is not for me at all. All I can think about is that ink going in her eye.
The shade just doesn't look right, huh?
No.
So,
I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan of permanent anything, honestly, because just like we change throughout our lifetime, our skin changes, and the color of the dye that they use is going to change with your skin.
Oh my gosh.
And what if it doesn't match
Well,
completely?
let's talk about tattoos. I mean, in general, how many of us have tattoos that have faded, it's lost its color, or it's changed colors? Like, I couldn't even imagine that being on my face and a couple years out, and even the risks of it. I mean...
Right, so the eyelid skin is very thin. It's a delicate area, and you could possibly get an infection. And as you age, your skin tone colors may change, especially in ethnic skin, which I would imagine the ethnic skin population being sort of the most likely to do this because we tend to have darker, under eye circles. It's just a natural phenomenon. And I need to make a whole YouTube video as to why we hate dark circles. Like, they don't bother me at all. I have naturally darker, skin around my eyes because I'm Middle Eastern, but we're so obsessed with, having this white, lighter tone under our eyes. I kind of like it. I think it's beautiful and natural. But back to the story, I would be afraid of 1, an infection, 2, some scarring that will happen because you are breaking the skin, going into the dermis with the dye and laying the dye in the dermis. And so that is going to trigger some inflammation, some scar tissue. And if you have seen people with sort of older cosmetic tattoos, like lip liners or eyebrow microblading, you see, colors being off or bleeding or turning white like a scar. So that's a no for me.
Yeah, it's a no. My biggest fear on that, personally, is the ink in the eyes. That was too close to the eye for me to handle. I can't do it. No.
I really love Eye Glow AM. That's what I use because it has SPF. It's sort of this copper orange color, which a lot of makeup artists will use to cover up dark circles. So if you're really bothered by that, use something like that. There's no reason to have a permanent concealer.
Yes, I'm wearing it now.
So let's see, what's up
Oh my
next?
gosh. So the next one, everyone came talking about this in our office and online. It's the Hyaluron Pen.
All right, let's take a look.
I'm just nervous that anyone can do this.
Yeah, they have like weekend courses.
Yeah.
And no pain wells.
Everything about this scares me.
Well, this one doesn't actually show, well, it does right there a little bit, but it's not non-invasive. There's actually a break in the skin with the filler going into the lip tissue. So it's definitely not non-invasive. And then you see people bleeding afterwards.
And I feel like it would be more painful because it's supposedly needleless. And so I don't, it's not for me.
I think it's sort of a scam. And what scares me is people are buying these off of Amazon.
Everyone
and doing it themselves. Well, first of all, I have to tell you, I ordered one off Amazon and it came with one of the filler syringes like halfway used.
Yes.
And it was like, it looked like somebody had used it and returned it.
Yes.
So I was mortified.
Yeah.
And to me, why would you put yourself at risk of doing this? What if that filler material has been sitting around, God knows where it comes from.
Or what's in it.
What's in it, what type of filler, what type of reaction your body's gonna develop down the line. I mean, we see complications with filler when they're professionally done in the office. Nevertheless, you buying something offline, taking a little tutorial and doing it yourself.
There's so many risks to filler in general, and if you're not trained and you don't have the materials, the skills to counteract the risks that are involved, it's just so dangerous. And side note, we ordered it to see what it was about. Just wanted to make sure, people knew we didn't order it because we were interested in using it. We just wanted to see what the hype was about. So, a little caveat there.
Hyaluron Pen contacts me on Instagram constantly, wanting me to try their product, and I was like, "Oh, honey, I've already tried."
No, that's a no for us.
It was a no-go for me. Guys, be smart. Don't fall for these gimmicks. You don't know what you're getting into. This is not something you should be doing at home. This pen uses force to insert the filler, so there's gotta be some break in the skin. You don't know if it's going in evenly, you don't know what the filler is. I mean, I just have nightmares thinking of especially young people that are doing this for bigger lips, and God knows what is gonna come of this, years down the line.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it. Use a lip plumper.
Yeah.
Use a little dilute peppermint oil. Trust me.
Please, there's safer ways.
Don't do the Hyaluron.
No, please.
Okay.
The next one is another fear of mine. It's the FibroBlast. And this, we've had patients come into the office scarred from this.
Well, let's take a look. Let's
watch. Yeah, what are those zaps? It's like electricity.
Okay.
What is the actual mechanism?
Have you guys ever noticed you never see like an actual before after? Like not a photoshopped one?
Not for this product
all you see is the people doing it because it gets so many views, right? Because it's a scary looking, crazy looking thing.
It's scary. And around the eyes again, man, I can't risk the eyes.
So what this is, I personally don't have it, but a lot of offices have it. To me, it's just like a branding iron, really. So you're essentially delivering heat to the skin with a heated needle. And yes, that is going to contract the skin and cause a burn. The problem is it's not a controlled burn. You don't know how much, what we say in dermatology is collateral damage you're doing to the surrounding tissue. You don't have a specific depth that you're going in uniformly. And you can end up with white scars. And I've seen this in my office. I have had people come in with these dots that are initially, red, and then they turn white. So they have polka dots around their lip. So again, it's one of those things that, yes, you could do it and it could be fine, but you could do it and you'd be scarred for life. It's just an uncontrolled delivery of heat. And when you're trying to improve the quality of the skin and it's on your face, you better have pretty good control over your parameters and the technique that you're using.
Yes, please.
So that's another one that I find really scary.
Yeah, to me that's just too scary. Yes. I just seeing patients that have come in scarred, and I would much rather do microneedling any day.
Microneedling is definitely safer.
Yep. Next up, we have the Pore Vacuum. So
a favorite on TikTok. So let's take a look. Ooh, this one.
Oh, okay. I know this. Oh,
the camera on these. Those are sebaceous filaments, by the way.
I know so many people like this.
It's very gratifying, very gratifying.
Not in this video.
Well, look how red the skin's turning already.
Yeah, he looks so inflamed.
So inflamed, yeah.
Ooh. This is actually disgusting.
But people love watching this. It's so soothing to a lot of people.
Oh, that. Ooh,
well,
okay, well,
yeah, so, those are sebaceous filaments. And what sebaceous filaments are, they're sort of the intermediary between the deeper pore. They help regulate the oil in our pores and guide the oil to the surface of the skin. So they're always there. So even if you take them out of the skin, they're the white little filaments that you see. Even if you take them out of the skin, your skin's gonna reform them again. They're not clogged pores. So these sort of openings are just open, normal pores that are not really clogged. So yes, it's gratifying to see it. You're not really, doing your skin a favor here because it's just gonna fill up again.
Yeah, and it looked painful. I mean, he was so red and irritated. I would imagine there's probably no control settings on the
I think there is a control setting on those at-home pore vacuums. So this would be my suggestion. If you've used it and it's worked well for you, I can't argue with success. But what I would recommend is if you buy one of these, if you have rosacea or if you tend to get broken capillaries, do not use it. It's not worth it. Your skin will form more broken capillaries because of the trauma of it. Point number 2 is, first time you do it, turn down the suction as low as you can get it and try it just on the nose. And don't do a lot of passes, just do it on the nose. Try it maybe on the central cheek or in the chin area.
Why?
Don't do it like right here or like by your eyelid because the density of the skin thickness is more durable in those areas. So for first timers,
less trauma. Okay.
Don't do the whole face. Just start off, the nose and the chin area. Focus on those areas, turn the vacuum down. But that's really the main concern here is it doesn't really do anything useful for the skin long-term. The best that it does is it's just gratifying, really fun to watch, and it has a super fancy camera. I mean, I think it's better than the camera we used to record this video.
Yeah, I would much rather have a diamond glow.
So yeah, so I would do that. And then the other point I wanted to make, if you really want to improve your pores long-term, use a salicylic acid consistently, use a retinoid consistently. That's gonna bring more benefit to your skin than using a pore vacuum. You could do the diamond glow like you mentioned. Diamond glow is similar to a pore vacuum except that it's sort of like it uses microdermabrasion with a diamond tip. It's professionally done, let's say that. And then as the vacuum is cleaning out pores and things, it's also infusing them. So it's almost like flushing the pores out. So it's different than the pore vacuum.
But if you do like the camera to this device, you would love your facial afterwards because our esthetician will pull out the jar and show you everything that was pulled out of your pores, and it's just as disgusting. It's just as disgusting, but people love it.
All right, so the last one we're gonna look at is mole removal.
Yes.
Which people love to see, don't they?
Yeah, but is this gonna be at home? Because that's worrisome.
Oh, yes, I know this.
Oh,
you see he flinched, he's in pain. Oh,
and where is he? Is he at his barber?
Yeah, it looks like a barber. Well, at least he's wearing gloves. It looks like dental floss, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's got
no,
a
and now he's
laser.
gonna do that too.
And I didn't see him prep the skin.
No, what is going on here?
Oh, that's gonna be so
are they
painful.
just tying a knot around it and trying to kill it off? Like,
I hope I wasn't responsible for this trend because, I did that video where you can tie a string around skin tags, like small ones, and it does fall off. And the reason for that is because the string cuts off the circulation to the tissue. So it makes it die off. Really, that's what you're doing. You're killing tissue, you're killing the mole. But when it's a mole, how do you know that it doesn't have cancerous mole cells? Because melanoma is one of the most deadly types of skin cancers that is derived from melanocytes, which are found in moles. So before you remove anything from your skin, please make sure that you have it evaluated by a dermatologist to make sure that it, doesn't look suspicious, it doesn't need to be tested. Generally for moles, if we are cutting them off the skin, we are sending them in to have them tested. So I think that's a really important point, to make sure that it's evaluated and clinically looks benign. This size of a growth, let's say it wasn't a mole, let's say it was a skin tag, that is going to be extremely painful. It's going to get red, it's going to get puffy.
I feel like it would throb.
It would throb, it may get infected, and it may not even work because it's such a large amount of tissue you're trying to kill that you're going to put yourself, through this painful process. It may not work. You may get an infection. You may end up having to have, a larger procedure with, more complications. And please, guys, don't do this at your barber's shop. It's not a barber shop type of procedure here.
No, you guys, come on.
Yes, let's be smart consumers here. Yeah, so that would be, my 2 cents. It's easy to do in the office. We numb it up with a little lidocaine, we take it off, send it in, make sure it's not cancer, and there it is. It's done the right way.
Well, also, I would think, especially on a large mole like that, there's a root, right? So even if you were to have the top, external portion fall off, there would still be a root there essentially to grow back, I would assume.
That's true. That's true.
Not worth it.
Well, I think the lesson that we can learn from this today, guys, is your health is your wealth. Always remember that.
Absolutely.
And ask yourself if, your desire for beauty or, looking better and looking more like the filtered images that you're seeing is worth putting your health and your skin at risk. Always ask yourself that, because a lot of times it's not worth it. And the reason that I want to bring that to your attention is because we are on the other end of this. And we are the ones that see these complications come in. And my heart goes out to these people, because you're a consumer and sometimes you trust, people that are selling these online thinking that they're regulated. But nowadays, there's a lot of things that are being sold online that are not regulated. And these people do not have your health in their best interest. They have your pockets and your wallets at their best interest. So always ask yourself if this is going to be worth it.
And remember, anyone can post anything online. So just because it's trending doesn't mean it's good for you.
Thanks, guys, for joining. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe, and send me a message on Instagram at Skin by Dr. Ozzy. Let me know what you want to see on my channel. It's been fun.
Hope to see you guys soon.
Should we have her back? Comment below.
Let us know.